Tournaments are just starting up. I thought what better way to celebrate than giving you guys 10 of the best drop spots. I'm going to be covering the best strat to get the Raft coin instantly off spawn and never die while doing so. I'm also going to be giving you a bunch of drop spots that are extremely good for rank, as well as if you're going ahead and playing solo cash cups. I didn't die once during solo cash cups opens, and I was able to hit Unreal really quickly at the start of the season just by using some of these drop spots. Also, if you guys go ahead and watch the whole way through this video, we have an opportunity to generate a free drop map for any spot on the map that you like, get a free mini masterclass, and I'm going to be giving you a free giveaway of our brand new partnership on the channel. All right, let's get started with spot number 1. All right, first things first, this is in my opinion one of the best solo rank spots. If you guys want to find easy ways of getting rank, just land at this one building. It is so good. Reckless Railways, you land at this top left hand side, and there's 2 Avengers chests in the exact same building, so you have a really high chance of getting a jetpack off spawn. Then what you want to do is try to scout out after you've looted these which other building you can get for free. Can you get this middle building load of chests and barrels? Can you get one of these north hand side buildings, or can you come over here to the south and get all of this extra loot to yourself? And normally one of these 3 buildings will be free. If not, you can easily dip back out here to get even more loot if you need to. From there, you are mid-map. You can have loads of players nearby that you can third party and fight, and of course, because you've landed in a double Avengers chest building, you have a really high chance of getting a jetpack. Also, this spot in solo tournaments without jetpacks also works pretty well. I would recommend adjusting it and landing directly at one of these north hand side buildings to start with, or in this middle building, and then doing basically a reverse loop path of this initial version. Again, extremely good spot because you get double chance of a jetpack immediately off spawn, which is insanely good for these early game fights. All right, next up guys, this is one of my favorite spots of all time. I would say I've been landing here for the past 4 months pretty much every single time up I queue solos, right? If I'm playing a solo tournament, if I'm hosting my own solo cash cup, if I'm going ahead and queuing up, first game of open, something like that, I'm landing at the spot because of how good it is and how much I love landing here. Main reason I love landing here is a big drop skill, and in terms of scouting out, what I'd recommend doing is landing straight at this wind turbine right here, so you can go ahead and get more loot than your opponents. You can also land at that little north chest that I'm looking at right there, or you can land at this building. It just depends on what you scout out as you're gliding in. It's very hard to lose off spawn right here, and the main reason I love this spot and why I think it works so well for solos is because you have so many different options for extra loot that you can get for yourself. If you're interested in crafting your own solo drop spot and you're getting some ideas from this video, just open up Osirion.gg, open up any type of map, and just take a look, and you'll see how you can craft up your own drop spot based on what loot is in the surrounding area. The main reason I love this spot is you can go to the north, you can go towards the south, you can go ahead and hit ring and go straight into the rig, so you can go ahead and start fighting people. There's so many different things you can do, and that's going to allow you to get very free kills and third party people nearby, get more loot if you're playing a stack final or something like that. There's so much different things that you can do from this drop spot, which is why I'd recommend it for you guys. Alright guys, this is the best strat for going ahead and getting the Raft coin every single game in solos, and this is actually Bloomy strat, but he kept on flexing that he was quelled early in the solo cash cup, so I'm going to leak it and annoy him so he gets contested more often. What you do is you land directly on this Doom's chest right here. It's 100% chest spawn, and you can go ahead and get an easy pick on people landing nearby because you get 2 guns, so you got a high chance of getting a good long distance spray gun. As you can see, that's exactly what he does. Goes and gets some shots on other players nearby, and the key thing with this strat is you want to go ahead and carry as many spray guns as possible. You can see he drops minis and carries double spray guns, which means that you can have an insane amount of DPS and you don't have to reload as you kill the bot. Then what you want to do is put yourself behind this door right here, which basically means that you're not going to get swarmed by all of the NPCs, and also you've got a little bit of protection since people can only come in from one direction behind you, and you want to just spray the bot as much as possible and hit all of its crit points. And as you can see, because you're carrying 2 spray guns, you can take out the bot instantly. And the main reason this works so well is because as soon as you pick up that coin off the bot, you get full wall hacks on everybody nearby, so you know if somebody's pushing you. So even though you might have a little bit of a loot disadvantage at this point in time, you have wall hacks on where the opponents are coming from, and of course you get the guaranteed fizz from the bot, so you can get yourself back up to full HP. What I'd recommend you guys do after you've gone ahead and got the coin is get a little bit of mats and then just try to disengage out of the POI so you don't just get pushed by loads of different solos trying to fight you for the coin. Then farm up catwood and brick, and what I'd recommend doing is hitting one of the launch pads around the side of the POI, around the raft. There's a bunch of them all around this area, and you can go ahead and fly straight onto forecast. Then you can easily farm up a load of mats, and you're going to be insanely stat position. It's such a good strat. First game in solo cash cups, even if you're just low elo solo cash cups, this is a very good strat. And of course for ranked, this is an unbelievably good strat that you guys can do. As promised guys, I've saved the best drop spot for last, and this is the spot that me and Resub actually hit Unreal, and we're both literally 30 and 24. I'm going to just hit Unreal really quickly, just playing duo ranked, landing at this spot. It's this little train station just below Doom Doom stat right here. What you do is land directly on this building. This also works for solos as well, and you can go ahead and get barrels straight away. There's a bunch of chests. None of these are 100% chest spawns, but they're very high chance of actually getting a chest. And of course, in ranked and pubs, there's a vending machine right here, which is so useful. So you can go ahead and buy loads of bigs. You don't get any shield or spawn, as well as there's a bot that spawns here. I think this is the best bot on the map. You can actually go ahead and buy a purple combat AR with some crazy attachments. This is the best spray gun, I think, in the game, apart from maybe the mythic orc. I would say this combat AR that you can get from this bot is 300 gold, and it's insanely powerful. Then, of course, you can get cat, wood, and brick while you go ahead and third party into Doomstat, and you can get easy wipes, especially considering this isn't, you know, the most stacked PO of all time. It's very easy to just quickly wipe the team landing there, and as I said, me and Reese use this to hit Unreal super quickly. I also tried this out in solos. One strat you can do in solos is go ahead and get this. You can rotate over to this POI right here, or this little split right here, get another 2 chests guaranteed, get cat metal from the spot, and then go ahead and get the bunker. Genuinely the best spot, I think, this season, and it's really not too conned. I didn't get conned at all while landing here in the solo ranked. In the solo cash cup game I went here, as well as in duo ranked, I think we got contested 1 game out of maybe like 40 or so. It's genuinely such a god spot, especially when you get that AR from the bot right there. You guys are probably wondering about all of the crazy new stuff that I've been showing so far in this video, and it's all provided by Osirion, who I'm very happy that I'm partnering with. And the best part about this is that you can try out everything that I'm showing in this video completely for free, and all you need to do is sign up on the site down below. So let me just show you guys some of the features that I've been using personally with Osirion this past season, as well as around the past 2 years I've actually been using some of their products. So the first thing that I'm doing right here is I've got my ideal loadout solo cash cups. I've whacked in my ideal loadout that I think you guys should be running in a solo cash cup final game, including a drop op spawn loot. And what I'm going to do is whack down this marker right here on where I want to land, and then I'm going to generate a drop map. And as you can see, it's going to generate me an almost perfect drop map. As you can see, a bunch of these markers are really good in what you'd get from a regular drop map. And I'm going to be able to show my chest, so I can figure out exactly what I'm going to go for, how I'm going to loot this area, what I'm going to grab afterwards. And then what my favorite part about this is you can literally draw in the bus like this, and it's going to tell you exactly when to jump out the bus, when to hit the marker, and it's going to allow you to have a better drop than anybody. And you can try out all of these features completely free, and you can also just generate a drop map for anywhere on the map for any spot completely for free, guys. Genuinely such a good feature. Also shows you how many people are landing here, so how contested the area is in solo cash cups, how many people are in the surrounding area, and there's a bunch of other cool things that you can do with Osirion that I recommend you guys check out. First of all, the hyper map is insanely good. There's a lot of cool features that I've been using so far in this video down the side here, as well as you can look at all of your stats for any recent tournaments. You can figure out exactly what you need to work on, and there's a lot of very interesting things that you can get from these stats, as well as looking at all your teammates' stats. Go check out Osirion down below. As I said, a bunch of the features are free, and I'm partnering with them. And of course, there's some paid versions that you can get more access to different things inside there. And of course, there's some stuff where you can get the masterclass and Osirion at the same time for a little bit of a discounted price. Again, huge shout out to Osirion. I've been using them an extreme amount recently. I really enjoy their products. I'm very excited to be working with them. Next up, let's move to one of the best solo spots in my opinion this season, which is this little island above Doom's domain. There's 4 guaranteed 100% chest spawns, as well as 2 other chests that you can get at this spot. There's a load of battery boxes that you can get, so you have guaranteed minis, as well as 5 barrels you can get to not waste any shield off spawn. The best thing about the shot spot is you get cap, wood, and brick instantly. There's another 100% chest spawn as you leave, and at this point you can do 2 things. You can either go ahead and just rotate somewhere else to get metal, and you can use this wind tunnel if you needed, or you can go into Doom's domain. You have a massive loot advantage over other players that have landed there, as well as you're going to have way more mats than all of them, because in Doom's domain there's actually not that many mats if you guys have landed there a little bit into the season. There's also a strategy you can do where you go underneath the trophy room. I'll leave a link on screen to it, where you can kill Dr. Doom without taking any damage, get that mythic pistol for yourself, as well as the extra fizz. You have some mobility since jetpacks just got removed in comp. Also, by going into Doom's domain, you get an insane amount of extra chests. There's a load of henchman chests you can get better guns, as well as the Doom's chest around. Also, I should mention with this drop spot, if I show you guys, basically nobody lands it. Roughly 1 in 10 games there'll be somebody landing here so far from this season, and I really recommend you guys try this out if you want a completely uncontested drop spot. Next up, this is an insanely good solo spot. You can also adjust this into a duo spot, which is this radio tower up here. You have an insane amount of chests, 4 guaranteed 100% spawn chests, a bunch of barrels that you can use to save shield. You can get cap of every single material at this drop spot itself, which is really good. And of course, the surrounding area, which you normally have completely to yourself, has got loads of extra chests. And in duos, I actually think you can do this drop, then have one player go ahead and hit this launch pad, and then come over and claim this island that I was talking about earlier. This means that that you get this entire top hand side of the map to yourself. You have a pad for easy rotates that you can combine with a fizz. You can also go ahead and ranked if you're landing here, third party Doomstat very easily. You can also third party Doom's Domain if you want to, using this pad. It is by far one of the best spots, and it's very underrated. Not many players land here as well. The rig last season was by far the best spot, and this season, in my opinion, is still a top 5 POI, and I really recommend you guys landing here if you're comfortable with fighting off spawn and doing the sort of 50-50 fights that are involved. It's also very good in solos if you just want to go ahead and grab one of the buildings and then dip out. It's very easy to do, as well as in ranked. It's absolutely perfect because there's 5 Avengers chest spawns. One's down in the basement, as well as one is outside. You need to sort of interact with the floor to grab this chest, and you get an insane amount of loot just from the amount of chests, and you can do it very quickly. Especially in ranked, it's really good for just landing here. You can go ahead and third party anybody else landing outside, any of these other splits that are around, and also you can use the nitro rings to get very quickly towards the center of the map and start fighting other teams. And the best part about the rig, in my opinion, is because people landed here so much in previous seasons, you guys are barely getting it contested when you go here. In ranked, I didn't run into more than one team per game or one player per game at this spot. And in tournaments so far, around 50% of your games, you're going to be uncontested just based on the stats so far. Definitely recommend checking rig out, guys. If you want a really good POI that's not too contested. This is a pretty old drop, but it's actually just got some major upgrades, and there's not too many people going here. It works really well in solos as well as in duos. It's this little windmill split right here. What you do is land directly on this windmill, grab the house as well very quickly, and then immediately come up to your north. And this is where this spot gets really good. You've got an extra double chest right there, some more chests out to the side that you can get very easily if you need to disengage from this spot, as well as a guaranteed triple chest right here, which is so useful. And of course this area right here, which if we use this area map thing on Osirion, you can actually see you can get 2,000 metal from this spot, which is more than you're ever going to need. In duos, you can both get cat metal super quickly. Then let's say you're just playing ranked and you want a key, or you're in a key game, for example. What you can do is get this double chest up here, go straight into Doomstat right there, start W King, start getting into fights. You can third party and get a mythic shotgun very easily. And if you're just playing a regular tournament, what I'd recommend doing is either getting this bunker and actually just full getting this bunker. You can build loads of mats on it. There's a lot of mats in this area you can refarm. Or what you can do is you can come over towards this direction. You can go ahead and get all these chests on the way. These chests never get taken. And of course, there's a bunker over on this side of the map and the bunker down here that you have the timing advantage to get towards. Genuinely, not too many people are landing this spot, a spot that's been in the game for a while, but with all of these new upgrades, all of these new chests in this area, it is such a good spot that you guys can try out. Next up, this is a really good spot if you just like third partying and being a little rat, which I know a lot of you guys love doing. It's very easy to get kills this season if you third party, especially when there's no mobility, and this spot gives you the best mobility. What you can do is land directly at this wind tunnel right here. There's 4 chests as well as a 100% Dr. Doom chest, which gives you really good guns. You can also get barrels nearby, and then basically what I recommend doing is just flying straight up in the air using the wind tunnel and just third partying somebody who's early game fighting, and you're going to get an insane amount of loot. Let's say these guys down here are fighting, just land on them, you're going to have so much more loot than them, and you can easily wipe both of them or just get a single kill and get completely juiced after that. It's also very good for claiming bunkers in the nearby area. You can pretty much go from this wind tunnel the whole way up to Doom's courtyard, the whole way up to this radio that tower that we talked about earlier, the whole way to this island. And another nice drop that I wasn't able to include in this video is down here. There's another Doom's chest that you can get, as well as a bunch of regular chests, and this is actually really not too contested. So if you're able to loot this very quickly, you don't hear any third parties or opportunities, just fly straight over to here and you're going to get insanely stacked, and you can get your cat metal, you know, down that Grand's Glacier, for example. Very good spot in solos, lots of different options, which is what I really like in solos. I never like having to a fixed route that you have to do the whole time, which is why I actually love this spot this season. Rebel's Roost is one of the spots that got the biggest buff at the start of the season, and for ranked, I think this is actually low-key one of the best spots. It's not too contested, despite the fact that there's 5 Avengers chests here that you can get really good guns with, as well as the fact that you can land here solos, duos, ranked, in actual tournaments as well. All of these different modes, Rebel's Roost is extremely viable. Another one of the best buffs is the fact that jetpacks got taken out of tournaments, so you have immediate access to the river sticks that you can use very easily for fights, as well as for late game rotates. It is probably the best mobility item as long as you save those dashes, turn down the actuation on your spacebar so you don't accidentally use them. They are by far the best mobility in the game at the moment. Of course, in duos, if you're landing here in tournaments, you've got an insane amount of loot that you can grab in the whole surrounding area. And of course, in ranked, because you're going to get jetpacks so easily, you can third party into POIs nearby extremely quickly. Definitely check out Rebel's Roost if you guys haven't landed it all chapter, like I haven't pretty much. It is an extremely good spot. Alright, that's all for this video. If you guys want to go check out Osirion down below, you can try it out completely for free. And I'm going to give away a couple copies of the pro version. Just anybody who comments Osirion down below. Just comment Osirion, doesn't matter about your spelling, and I'm going to be choosing a couple of you guys to give away. If you're also interested in never dying off spawn, again, I made a full video on that last chapter. It's a really good video. I'd recommend you guys check out, as well as a recent video over there on the left that you guys should watch as well.